Hey, greetings and salutations to you people of the interwebs. So we're back on opening Transformers, War for Cybertron, Kingdom, Wave 2, and we're going to crack into Huffer, the little, most depressed little Autobot around, gets a Kingdom makeover. Just, wow, look at that box art. Oh, it looks great, absolutely great. So you've got him there in his robot mode and his little trunk mode. Some product shots on the back. 14 steps. Oh, there shouldn't be too hard to hard panther this transformation, but you know, we say these things just to end up getting ourselves in trouble. So let's just open this box up. On the side here, so there we go, standard thing again. There he is, stood there on the golden disc style background. There's the back of him. We've got a golden disc type card. We open up, who do we have? Optimus Prime. Spoilers revealed. Oh, it's just the same picture of Optimus Prime as that's on the sticker. Sticker smell. So that's that card. I presume there's bits in Cybertronian that you could probably translate. So let's sod all that and remember, accessories tucked away here. And while we're talking about the back, actually, let's just address these little fuckers. These plastic discs here that hold on to the twisty ties. They get everywhere. This morning I found one in my shoe. In my shoe? How the fuck did it get there? Stop it. Quit it, Hasbro. These little discs, there's no need to them. Right, twisty ties. I feel better having getting that off my chest. Twisty ties. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3. This is probably how they end up in my shoe. 4, 5. And Huffer is free. 6, 7, and so are his accessories. That's almost a perfectly good rhyme. So we've got this little thingamabob, and we've got this cool looking blaster. And then we have Huffer in his robot mode. Let's just click his feet into place. So we'll just hold him here. You can hear some little bit of wheel rattle, but other than that, you know, his limbs aren't falling all over flopping all over the place, so that's cool. And this sculpt is great also. Let's just let you have a look at this noggin. Look at that face. That is brilliant. Hopefully it can focus with this bit of white paper while we do, you know, pretend to have some modicum of YouTube competency. While we say you can like, you can comment, you can subscribe, you can do all these things. You have the freedom of choice. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings, after all. But we're trying to go up and away towards 1,000 subscribers. Can you imagine such a thing? Here we go. Yeah, we like him already. So if you can get your sausage fingers in there, the head is on a ball joint. You can rotate round. There's a little bit of wiggle waggle, but not much, because he's got a bit of a bucket head, which suits him, you know. Then obviously he's got this big hood thing here. His arms can rotate all the way around. There's a hinge there on his shoulder. Give him a good lift. Looks like there's a bicep swivel and a nice almost 90 degrees there on the elbow. Not really any kind of... You can move his wrist inwards should you wish. Other than that, yeah, that's great. So waist rotates. It almost looks like there should be an ab crunch, but there's not, unless... Alright, yeah, so if you operate him independently, you can give him an ab crunch there, and you can do some kind of groin first poses for your bit of a Huffer glamour shot, you know. Hey, oof! He's got the oof! Yeah! He's got some universals here at the hips. Can't quite go straight out because of it's clashing with the side of his thighs there, but they can rotate all the way around, and I presume that you can get further if you rotate them that way, and you can kick forward and back perfectly fine. Hey, Huffer! Bot of action. Let's say thigh rotation, very deep knee bend, which plays is very empty calves, and it would not be War for Cybertron without a bit of a ankle pivot, which feels a bit delicate on him because there's such a little amount of plastic. But yeah, I think there's some limitations here, but all in all, it looks great. It's very characterful. Little stumpy little guy. Here's a little stumpy little guy. This is the deluxe. Let's show him next to Siege Sideswipe, who's, you know, a relatively small deluxe. So yeah, he's even smaller. He's got that mini bot energy going on. So, you know, sometimes it's not about the size. It's about just what you do with them. It's, yeah, like I say, it doesn't really, you know, if you're getting your Star Wars figures or your Marvel figures, some characters just happen to be taller and shorter than others because that's just what they are. But they're all the same price point. So I think we need to kind of unshackle that a little bit for the standard size characters. Obviously, when you get the bigger characters, they're slightly more complex, they'll be more expensive. But I think in this kind of broad range of deluxe, I think we need to just get used to the fact that some characters just happen to be shorter than others. As we can see when we compare him next to this darling of a Marvel Legends, Shatterstar. Poor Shatterstar. And then Shatterstar to Zanzibar. There you go. So, hello, little guy. Are you a little pirate? He's got his accessories. So, there is this blaster. I like this blaster. That's just a proper, just decent space gun. You can imagine that looking quite good as a Nerf weapon. If it isn't already, Hasbro, we know what you do. And here he is with the plate that you can stick on there to be a shield claw. So yeah, I mean, it was never like a proper action star, was Huffer in the cartoons or comics, but every dog can have its day, can't they? So I quite like that. Blaster and shield kind of thing going on. Makes him like a proper member of the Autobot infantry or something. That's, yeah, we like that. Yeah. We do like the just the nice baby blue there compared to the navy blue, maybe, of his body, but it's almost a purple, that, and then with that baby blue highlight, the Autobot sign, crisp as usual, is what they've been quite doing often with these War for Cybertron figures. I mean, some nice logos, faction symbols. We'll take the weapons off him, and we're going to transform him, because he is a transformer and he does transform. And when it goes to the instructions, 14 steps. Right, so I think these are going to flip out like so, and these are going to flip in there. So that. I mean, he was a G1 Minibot, so it can't be super hard to transform. So we're going to get this section of his cab. We know that this folds down, so we're going to fold that down. These fold out, the wheels. Other people have a lot better setup than me for being able to actually show you how transformations work, which is kind of why I've kind of took a more, I'm going to work out how the transformations work, and it's this, you know, video is more about trying to transform something straight out of the package than it is actually any kind of instructional video, because let's face it, sometimes you just want to get someone's opinion. You don't need to be told how to transform your figure all the time. And sometimes just looking at if someone becomes exacerbated while they're trying to transform a figure is more important than actually finding out how to transform. So yeah, let's just move that out a little bit. So we've got the transformation there, and then I believe we just fold his hands back. There is Huffer in his little truck mode. So he was like a very similar truck to Optimus Prime back in the day. I think it was a straight, was it? Yeah, it was flat nose, wasn't it? Here he looks more like he's ready to help move, like he works in a airport or something like that, and he's just going to pull those little things with luggage on them. Yeah, it looks a lot more like a kind of in a city kind of more mobile, tiny little truck, which, you know, because he's a tiny little guy. I know people have complained that you can see his hands back there. Have you seen the arms on G1 Huffer? Yeah. Maybe if he just had silver hands, that'd just be, or orange hands, that'd negate it a lot more. You can get this, and even though he's got all those details there, and apparently you can put Optimus Prime's trailer on that. It's a kind of a loose. That's a loose 5mm port. Probably if you click it in a bit, find a way to click it in a bit further, it might be a bit tighter. But he could put his weapon there at back. But you can stick that there. Yeah, it just feels a little bit wonky. There's probably a way to, you know, turn everything exactly how it should be turned to just get it flush, but it's a straight out of the package transformation. That's not too bad. I believe this weapon splits in half, and then you can use these sides, even though, I mean, look, oh, it just looks gross. And they peg on to the sides like that, but that honestly, that doesn't do anything for me. That just looks like a happy accident, really. It just looks gross, like we've just bolted on some weird bits of plastic onto the side of a truck. So I much prefer just being silly with it and not being able to, because I'm on camera, I'll be able to stick it back together again. Let's see, does that? I much prefer that kind of look of just having that weaponized thing, you know, or, you know, let's just be silly and just stick a thing on him like so. I think that's just then just separating it half and sticking it on. I like just having the weapon as a whole. I presume you could just see, that looks better. Yeah, you don't need to split it half. I might just glue that together. Just like that. That's weapon storage. You don't need to split it in half. I don't know what all that's about. It doesn't make it look more like a truck bed by sticking those bits on. Or could he just keep it in his hand? He could just keep it in his hand back there for like a vehicle mode comparison. Here he is with smoke screen. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, I like it. I like it. I think the robot mode is delightful. The truck mode's a bit weird, but I'm getting more and more into the stage where I do like actually transforming things, but I'm not terribly fussed when they don't really work out properly. I'm just, it's. I know that sounds awful, but you know, if they don't look 100% perfect, I don't really care. I just like the idea of them actually being Transformers and then transforming and not ripping the wheels, the wheels painted. Let's see. Just transforming, simple enough. It's, you know, quite therapeutic really, this guy, I think. And yeah, make a really cool robot mode. That's what I like. So as usual, I've been me, you've been me, you've been me, I've been me, you've been you, obviously. Unless it's me that's watching this back, then I'm also me, and you, and the person I'm pointing to is me. But shit, this lockdown's gone on too long. Ooh. I really like it. If this is your jam, I hope you like it too, because he's just a cool little robot. And that's what we like at the end of the day. We also like to be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. Without littering. And as always, let's reach out across the world, across the globe. Let's fist bump like we did last summer. Fisto! Fisto!